Hello and welcome to Autoducks. I got my trusty assistant here running away. Bye, Soju. Soju, say hi. Soju. Now, it is extremely windy here in Colorado today, but it is also like 75 degrees. So for the beginning of March, this isn't that bad. I've got a few minor things to address on this before I take this cross country. The cold starts, I'd like to address that. Coolant, I don't think this is running as cool as it should be. This car was running at about 210 to 215. It is a 440. I've seen different things on the internet that lead me to believe that that's not terrible for a 440. I would like to get it down to like 195. Gas gauge doesn't work, and the co-pilot that I typically drive long distance with gets nervous about that. Entertainment system failed us miserably on the trip in Power Tour last year. So we ended up mainly just chatting. So I want to fix that entertainment system because my co-pilot's not the most chatty person, and neither am I. So those are the laundry lists of things that I'd like to get done this weekend. I doubt I will get any of these fixed, but I'm going to pick apart and procrastinate a little bit on what might be the easiest one to attack today. I'd like to think that identifying what's going on with the cooling system on the car is probably the easiest one of these. Gas gauge is going to require dropping the tank. I think it would be a fairly easy fix once I drop the tank. However, I'd rather not. Entertainment system, I have to order something, so I don't think I'm going to get to that this weekend at all. Tomorrow we drop down to 30 degrees, so I don't think I'm going to be out here at all. This is an unheated, uninsulated garage, and I'm old and lazy, so I don't like the cold. Not sure why I still live in Colorado, but hopefully you guys can hear me now. I did upgrade the microphone on trying to open the hood with one hand. I am not good at that. So off camera, I started seeing if I could find out why this car is running a little too rich. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the cold starts. Probably not, but this is a thermoquad, and there's very little to adjust on a thermoquad. And I think I've got it running pretty good. It does smell like, it's not burning everything, and it diesels a little bit when I shut it off. So it could be that it's just too rich. It could be the spark plugs maybe have never been changed in this and might need new spark plug wires. I have all that stuff here. I'm too lazy to try to get the spark plugs are not easy to get out of this thing, but it's probably not that tough, and I should just do it. But yeah, they're down there somewhere. So I got a lift. It might be easier to get from the bottom. It probably isn't. But those are the problems I'd like to take a look at today. I might take. I won't do that. I was going to say I might take a second stab at fixing the AC on this. It's leaking somewhere, and I don't have the gauges or anything to connect up to look for a vacuum leak on that. I was thinking that the secondaries weren't opening up, but that's not the case. I do get a big bog when I floor this thing, so something's not right. Whether it's a vacuum leak or I just maybe need to swap the thermoquad for something that is a little bit more tunable. But hey, if you like thermoquads and know how to tune them, put a comment in the video, and I'll read it. I'm open to all suggestions. But she does run nice. She won't spin the tires. And I would like it to spin the tires. But, all right, let me get this thing up on the jacks and we'll take a look at dropping the gas tank. Oh, here's my second assistant that just comes to the door and barks at me. He's too scared to come in here. Let's go take a look at him for dog shots. Hey there, troublemaker. Huh? Is it windy out there? It is. Why don't you come on inside? No, you're too chicken. You're too chicken, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, you want me to come on and play? Oh, okay. Soju will come play with you. All right. Enough dogs. Really do like my lift. I bought this lift at SEMA one year, and I don't know if the company that was reselling these are still in business or not, but I have forgotten their name, and they definitely did. They did me right. I guess the next thing I'd like to buy for this lift is the little cross member jack. I can't remember what they call them, but so you could lift this thing up to change tires or work on the suspension while it's on the lift. And I'm going to go kind of higher than I need to because I don't want to bend over going underneath the car. But if I actually have the ambition to drop the tank today, I will lower this down to a more reasonable height. I would like to have another place to park that truck. I don't like to park it outdoors because we do get a lot of hailstorms out here in Colorado. And I prefer not to have hail damage on my vehicles. You can hear the wind out there today. All right, let's see. There we go. That's a little safer now. But yeah, when I'm working on the things in here, the additional vehicle definitely makes it tight. Although I've accumulated a lot of junk. And I could probably definitely fit the truck over here. But then it would be hard to get out the main door here. Let's see. Here is the gas tank. Gas tank looks like it's in good condition. I do not think I can get to the sending unit without dropping the tank. Let's see if I can back up a little bit here. So these should just be 2 bolts. Let me go get a flashlight. I should have a couple here. There we go. All right, so those ridiculously long bolts are what I need to take out, 1 and 2, and then this whole thing should just drop down. I don't have to take it down very far. I think what I'll do is I'll slide this little metal brace thing I have up there underneath the tank and then support it with a jack and maybe a piece of wood or something. Another thing I need to fix is this right here. The bolt busted off and I welded it, or actually I had a friend come over and weld it. So when I was replacing the shocks, I don't like these shocks. I want to go with the heavier one, but until I bother to find a piece here to to replace that, so I can put a bolt on the shock, I'm not going to bother replacing the shocks. They're adequate. Let's see. This is not a stock exhaust, and it does seem to be in the way, at least on one side. That one's kind of folded over. I wonder if someone did that to get the shocks up in there, but they didn't do that side. So that should be interesting. All right, let me reconfigure things. All right, I sprayed these down and let them sit for a few minutes. Let's see how they do. not bad. Did I get the thing off? Nope. Still on there. Oh, I just need some. How much further was I got? Almost to the end. All right. There we go. That seems like it came off. No? There. No. It is spinning at the very last. Yeah, that's fighting me. It's not running all the way off. Always fun. Let's try this guy. My phone fell down, but I got both these off. This one here, so I switched it a little bit, but this one's out too. I want to take these out and just let them soak in something for a bit. I come out here one way. Of course, the one I decided to record is the one that gives me a hard time. There we go. Alright, I get the other one over here somewhere. I'm just going to put them over here on my workbench. I got a little bit of something in here. And spilling it all over the place. But there. Let that soak. They weren't that bad anyway, but might as well have them clean. So now I'm going to lower this a little bit. I've got my little safety jack there, and I'll slowly lower that and see where the filler neck is connected to that. It's definitely on this side. Over here, I don't really see any access to it here, and there's no access to it through the fender well. Oh, maybe there's a little bit of access. Let's bring some light over here. Yeah, it looks like it might be banged up a little bit too. I don't have problems filling this thing though. But yeah, that I think I'm gonna have to lower the tank and then reach up and disconnect that. I'm going to see if I can't just leave it connected and get to the sending unit. So my suspicions are the float is just what do you call it? Gas has leaked into the float is what I'm assuming, and so I'm going to take it, make an attempt to repair it, which I don't have a lot of confidence in. And if I don't repair it, then I'll order a new one, or I'll go to O'Reilly's and see if they happen to have one in stock. Chances of that are probably null, but this can be a 2-weekend job. Although with the gas tank out, I'm not sure I'm going to be doing any tuning on the on the rest of the engine. Oh, I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I think this thing's been running rich. This is what happens when I just let it run on the lift. So I think that's a good indicator that she's running a bit rich. That, and you kind of can smell the gas smell. So, and I can't find any gas leaks. So I think she's just blowing it out, the exhaust. So maybe it's the ignition's not hot enough. I don't know. So we'll see as we continue to tinker. All right, well, here goes nothing. I'll take this jack. Of course, doing everything with one hand is always fun. Well, let's see if we kill myself here. I don't think so. I'm going to leave it about that. So there's a little bit of I'm sorry. I'm going to leave it about like that just in case this thing falls. I don't know how much gas is in it. I don't think there's much. I think it's pretty much running on fumes now. All right. Now, let's see if I get you guys up in there. What do we see? I can't see anything, but I'm looking for the sending unit, which I'm assuming is over here. But I don't have enough access to do anything with that yet. Oh, here it is. It's right on the side here. And that's interesting. I'm assuming that's probably for the gas gauge. Oh, I wonder if I just have to plug that in. That would be too easy. The other thing I was thinking about doing, but I don't have on my list, is replacing the fuel lines. But the fuel lines back here look really nice. But as we go down, they start to get questionable. A little bit of rust there. Actually, I think that's probably the only place that I question it. And it doesn't look the worst. I've seen worse than that. I don't really like the thought of having to replace all the gas lines and think that it's getting too much gas, not too little. I'm probably not going to do that at all. I might, no, that's all I'll do. All right, I am going to connect that back up and see if I'm friggin' lucky and that my gas gauge starts working. That would be hilarious. All right. After a quick test, after connecting that ground wire back up, that did it. So that comes off extremely easy, but it's just a ground wire. Well, I can tell unless that goes through. Oh no, that goes through. So this must be the sending unit. Not the sending unit, but the gas gauge button or whatever wire. I think I will find a better way of connecting this because it does not. It just kind of sits there. I don't think that's, because it's easy to just wiggle off. All right, what I'm going to do is go. So I tested this and it's showing like it's got a, maybe a 1/16 of a tank according to the gas gauge. And it never really showed that before. It was either somewhere near half or empty. It was the only two things it was showing. So I assumed that the float in the gas tank had a leak in it and filled up with gas, and so it was like weighed down, and so it would never show full. I'm gonna go get 5 gallons of gas, fill up my truck before gas gets any more expensive, and then put 5 gallons in this, and then see what that is. See what that shows on the gas gauge. I'm going to leave this all disassembled while I do the test. I may tighten that up a little bit so it's actually supporting. It's just barely in there now. But that way, if my assumptions or my guessing is not correct, I don't have to do much more to pull the rest of the tank out because I think I have to take the tank completely off to open up that the sending unit and see what's actually wrong with it, which I probably should do since I've already done this much, but I'm going to go procrastinate and get some gas because I don't have any here, and then see what that brings us. But that also means that this tank's going to have 5 gallons of gas in it when I'm taking it out, which I don't like that either. But let me go make some mistakes. All right, my test of putting 5 gallons in there worked at first, but then slowly it went down to empty, and I was saying that there was no fuel in there. So took the tank back out, and turns out that there was a lot more than 5 gallons in the tank, and so I'm on my second and a half 5-gallon jugs, or actually I think these are really only 4.5, but it's filled up that little one on the shelf over there, and that one there. Now it's on this one, and it's funny how fast you can run around and find a hose and a gas cans when you're spilling gas everywhere. It's a good thing I don't smoke, so it's almost done, I think. Give it a good shake. Oh yeah, there's nothing there. So I think I can get to the sending unit from here. These are usually just like a ring that you knock off with a hammer and a screwdriver. And then it turns out and or unscrews, and then I can take it out. I was looking at the quality of these hoses. This one here is pretty. I don't know what that's for. It must be for a vent or something, but it looks a little crusty. The other ones look fine. I was really happy that I happened to have a hose that just slid over the size of that one. That's pretty random. So hopefully this all dries up here pretty quick. Gas usually evaporates fairly quick. And I got enough cracks in my cement here that should just all go. Yep, so I'm not going to take it out any more than I have to. I'll see about getting that off once I think the gas is all out. See. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, this thing's full of gas. Alright. So I don't know if I can just go get a replacement or if I should bother trying to patch this. It's not really doing a good job focusing. Oh, there we go. Kind of looks like someone soldered that once before, and that it's leaking again. Alright, I got a little welding or soldering set up here. My actual solder table's got too much junk on it, so I cleaned this table off the other day, and I actually found this little thing. I have no idea where I got it. It seems to be this little tiny USB powered Dremel type thing. Came with all these different attachments. I'm going to attempt to drill into this cylinder here and see what I can see here. Let's see. There we go. I can't really see that. Let's see. All right. I don't know how you adjust this to go one way or the other. Kind of like the dentist. Oh, that worked well. I'm not sure I have the right bit that's good for this, but it looked like the drill bit. Let me change bits. What one was the most destructive? Let's see. This one here looks kind of mean. Put this in here. I suppose I could just try to solder this or heat it up. No, I have no idea how long this is on my desk or why I have this, but I did not try to charge it. I'm not sure what this is good for. Maybe woodworking? It's just not doing much to this thing at all. It's only solid. Alright. Give up on this thing. Seemed neat. Alright, let's put some heat to this thing. There's gas inside it. It is hot. This is not. Wonder if I just need a bigger soldering iron. You can definitely hear that it's got a hole in it. That was a lot of, took a lot less time. There's a lot of sludge in here. This isn't all, this might be a lot of really old gas. It's not wanting to come out. I might have to make a bigger hole. Probably can hear that. That's not liquid. That's in there. Otherwise it'll all come out that hole. Alright, this looks like I can separate it down the middle here. Just make sure there's more water in there than whatever's in there now. Alright. Suppose if I clamp that and then heat that up. Alright, let me go get a clamp or something. I just want this to keep the thing in place, not necessarily. Yeah, that's going to keep it in place. Do it that way. Yeah, quite keep it in place. What I want to do is, I should probably get another. All right. So if I heat this up in here, it should melt the solder. Allow me to twist it, maybe. Maybe I should just get a torch. I'm gonna get a torch. Let's just bring up more and more powerful tools here. All right, fighting it with fire now. I have most of the flammable things away. Let's see if the solder will go away. Oh, that's nice. Well, that's what happens when there's gas in there. I can help it. Well, that will get everything out of there. Well, that's definitely nice. I was able to separate it. Well, that worked better than expected. So, looked like there's just a bunch of old bad gas in there. All right, so let's see if I can reassemble this thing. I'll let everything cool down. Very nice. All right, after some fighting with a soldering gun with this, and actually I had to use a torch to solder this, I got it back together where it's holding air. So now I gotta reassemble it into the tank. I don't think I'm going to bother replacing these. They just look fine. Well, I get some unexpected time to work on my car. It's in the middle of the day on what's today? Thursday, and the power went out. And I can't do my day job without power. But I realized that almost all of the tools I have in my barn are battery operated. So I can work on my car. And in fact, I don't think I'm going to be using any power tools reconnecting the gas tank. I left this, I put the sending unit back in last night, and I was getting tired, so I left it there. I left it there also because I was getting frustrated. That sending wire there for the sending unit
will not stay on the little nipple or whatever it is that's coming out of the fuel sending unit. So I need to figure out what I want to do with that. Do I want to just cut it and put my own type of connector on there, or do I want to extend something off the fuel sending unit that will fit more securely? I think what is happening is there's just a little piece of metal inside the this thing over here. Loss of words. And that is not catching on the threads anymore. And it's not something that you would screw on anyway. You would just push on, and then friction would keep it secured. And you put it on there, and pretty much any little breeze will drop that. The wire will fall off. So I gotta see what I want to do to fix that. I'm not a big fan of cutting that wire and then coming up with a new, like a ring connector or something on there. Also, I don't know if I have a nut that will fit that size. I might. But since, I do everything via flashlight underneath the car anyway, and it's not that dark in here, I could open this giant garage door over there. That's not, I don't have a garage door opener for that one. This one here, I'm not sure if I want to attempt to open that without the garage door opener. I've never tried. I'm sure that there's some sort of release on the engine over there, or the motor. And it's probably hanging down with that wire right there that's got the little label on it. It probably has the instructions on how to do it. But yeah, I don't need to open this door right away. So I'll just put the gas tank back in the car and stop talking about it and actually do it. And then maybe the power will come on by the time I'm done doing that. We don't get very many power outages out here, and it usually rectifies itself pretty quickly. All right, I don't know where I lost the recording on that. All right, so I'm wrapping it up for today on today's video. I have not been able to test anything because the car's up on the lift and I have no power. So I don't have a way of getting that down. I do have some generators I could pull out of storage and see if any of them work. Unlikely they have gas if they even start. I probably have to service them first. I do have a power bank, but I don't know if the power bank is strong enough to power up the lift. I only need it to go up like 1/4 of an inch to release the locks, and then I can lower it without power. But I think I'm not going to bother doing that. I think I'll wrap the video up here, and I'll start another video where I'm actually testing both the gas tank, the gas gauge, and the new power steering pump that I put in this without recording any of that. So it was leaking, and that was the mess for me not draining it properly before taking it out. But I'll test that out when I get power, or maybe this afternoon, hopefully. All right, with a almost completely empty tank, we have the red light on and the gauge is at empty. There's not much in there at all. Okay, after filling it up at the gas station, she's reading full, which is different than what she used to read. But putting 4 gallons in this thing at the house, it did not register on the gas gauge at all. I put another about 14 gallons here at the gas station, so I must have about a 20-gallon tank in this. So there was a 20 and a 22-gallon version of this. I think I have the 20-gallon version. I still need to tune this thing up, but looks like it's different. I don't know if it's fixed, but it's different.